Yo, what's up, guys? CD Bapple here. Welcome back to another stream, another episode of Pioneer League 2024 Season 2 Top 8. We are here for the semifinals up against Craig and Miguel. So these guys are going at it right now at the main stage. So we're going to go right ahead right here. All right, so looks like Miguel disappeared. But anyways, these are our semifinalists for the Pioneer League. This is Season 2. And Miguel had a very strong run in the quarterfinals against Eric, who was running Demir Control. I believe I was hedging for Miguel because Groove Vehicles is very strong against control decks or decks that have control aspects. Doesn't have a lot of creatures, so Miguel only needed to find just the right amount of damage to get the win. Right now he is up against Craig, which is one of our best players here in top deck, and he's running also one of the best decks that you could pick for in this format, which is Izzet Phoenix. So the goal of the deck is to control the board with your spot removals and fix your hand perfectly with multiple cantrips such as Sleight of Hand, Consider, and what do you call this? Opts. And then you chain them while your phoenixes are on the graveyard so you can bring them back and then gain a lot of attrition value as the game progresses. So, and then your best card is definitely Treasure Cruise, which gets you to the finish line for chaining your multiple spells. So let's give them a heads up. As we going to start our semifinals. Looks like Craig is higher seed, so he is on the play. All right, can we get the life total to move a little bit? it's a little bit off. Sorry, can you help them move the life total? Thanks. All right, so going back to what I was saying, Craig definitely has a lot of experience for him, especially at the Pioneer format where it's very close to standard. So this is definitely a comfort zone for him going into the matchup. Miguel, though, I think he needs to really just keep pushing and find a way to get the win, because this is a very crucial moment for him. If he beats Craig, then not only is he getting to the finals, but he may have a rematch with Craig, potentially, with his other deck, because he submitted 2 decks in this season. But I think in this matchup, like on paper, Miguel should have the advantage here, despite being on the draw. I don't think they got the message. I think they do. All right, so we're just cutting. And I'm going to start drawing their cards. Not sure if that was a mulligan. We're going to find out. Oh, I think it is because the dice, or the die in the center, is already revealed. So would have been great if Miguel didn't mulligan, but just by looking at Craig's hand, I think Miguel should be okay, at least in the first few turns, to just try to develop the board and make Craig respond to it. So he's got Miglos, one of his signature cards. It's a 5. Not sure if it's a 5/5 beater, but it's a very flexible card. All right, starts off with sleight of hand. So it's a 4/4, and it does a lot of things. And he's hoping to cast it this turn. Oh, and he drew a Fury Impulse, which is very good. So he may opt to kill the Llanowar Elves just to slow down the progression on Miguel's end. But looks like he chose to prioritize the Phoenix plan. He's probably hoping to get a Lightning Axe to deal with this Miglos. Just ringing the mech hanger, which can also activate the crew mechanic for your vehicles. If you don't have a creature, you just have to pay 3 and tap it. So goes for the picklock. And he got the Lightning Axe. This is very good for Craig. Although there is a Treasure Cruise, he doesn't need a second one. He already has one in his hand. Lightning Axe is very good. It automatically deals with the Miglos on the field. So he's definitely going to pick that up. And he has a lot of choices right now. So he could either just cast the Lightning Axe, bin the Phoenix, and then try to go for a chain this turn to get a turn 3 Phoenix, which is not bad. Or he could wait for another turn. He doesn't have a land though. That's quite unfortunate. And those were a lot of spells from the top. Hey Taffy, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Let's try to help you out as a fellow MTG newbie. Magic the Gathering is definitely a fun game to watch, so I hope that you'll learn a lot watching this stream, because the deck that Craig is running right now is one of the best to pick up, and if not, it's also the cheap. It's not the cheapest, but it's like the affordable ones. If you want to be competitive in this game. If you want a rather high-end version of the deck, of a competitive deck, you'd probably be looking at Rakdos Vampires. But that itself is also a very tricky deck to pilot. So Craig is taking his time. See if he wants to deal with Miglos. Yes, he does. And he's just going to pass a turn. Misses a land drop here, which is very crucial for Miguel. And his Llanowar Elves is already sticking, so this is looking good for Miguel right here. He has a Crone War. I don't think he's going to cast it, though. So the game plan for Miguel is to just slowly build his mana, so he can play bigger spells like Giganta right there. So the top deck for Craig is another Sleight of Hand. He's hoping for a third land. See if he wants it. Let's see if he got it from the top. It's a Consider. So now he's hoping for the third land on this second spell. I don't think he's... Yeah, because if he gets a third land, he can definitely play Treasure Cruise. And that's basically gonna... Oh, looks like he got it. Is that Spire Bluff? No, it's a Pathway. So it's kind of looking awkward though for Craig, because he definitely needs the red source. Because he could have dealt... he could choose to deal with Elvish Mystic. I think Treasure Cruise is the better option. Yeah, I think he's going for the cruise route. And that's definitely going to bring back the Phoenix. For those who are not aware of how the card works, Arclight Phoenix is a very powerful card. That's the name of the deck. Where you just want to bring back these Phoenixes by chaining all these instants and sorceries. And the deck is definitely built around that. And it's very consistent as well. And would you look at that? You got a Lightning Axe and another Fury Impulse from the top. So Craig is looking good. He's not worried about getting punished. So Miguel right here could be opting to go for a Crown War. I think that's the choice. Because Giganta is definitely going to die if he resolves. There you go. Gets the Arclight Phoenix. So Akron War is a saga which has 3 chapters. I think the first chapter gets him to control one of his opponent's creatures as long as Akron War is on the field. So this is a good tempo play here for Miguel because now he also has multiple dorks on the field, and he's holding up the Boseiju in his hand as well. All right, goes for ops. He's trying to look for more answers. He's not worried about the Arclight Phoenix. So he's going back to the control game plan. Oh, he gets a Phoenix though from the top after scrying to the bottom, which he can also discard with the Lightning Axe. He can go for another play, like just throw Lightning Axe on his own Phoenix, discarding his Phoenix as well. So he has 2 Phoenixes, and then he can just play a third spell and then bring back the Phoenixes. So, because I think that should be Craig's game plan for the next couple turns is to pressure Miguel's life total because nothing's happening at this point. And Miguel's not pushing for damage. But Craig is opting to pass. Maybe for a Picklock Prankster. Yeah, so they're basically forced to attack next turn. All of his creatures. If able. Hey Carlo, welcome to the stream. Got our friendly local judge, Carlo. Well, what's the game plan here for our hero, Miguel? This is a tough situation to be in because, he definitely has a removal. He's just finding a way to play around it. I guess one way is like just to keep attacking with the elves because nothing's happening at this point. He's got a Gigantha, the Seiju, and a Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, he has a Thrill Seeker as well in his hand, so... Yeah, I think the game plan here is to attack with all of his creatures. Just make things awkward for Craig's end without committing too much to the board, because that's where Craig wants you to do. He wants you to play out your hand, and he's not worried for... the only thing he's probably worried is like a Storm Seeker, which can definitely force him to answer. It's going for a Thrill Seeker right now. I think it's a little bit too soon, but let's see what happens. It's probably going to target it on the Arclight Phoenix. Yeah, I think that he just wants to force out an attack or a spell on Craig's end. I don't agree with this play though because it's showing a lot for Craig uh, to deal with. So with this play, nothing happened. He missed 3 damage as well. He could have just attacked. Yeah, the 2 damage, and that's gonna bring back uh, on Craig's graveyard. So the Thrill Seeker play, it was very suboptimal. Didn't do a lot of impact on the field. It doesn't even have haste. So I think the better. I think Miguel should have kept that Thrill Seeker, in my opinion, and saved it for another, like, because you're looking at your opponent's hand. He has a lot of cards, and he didn't even attack with his Llanowar Elves. Oof. So he might lose grip of this game slowly but surely, and I think that's where Craig wants to be. He gets the 4th land, so he's probably gonna be looking to string some spells here. So first spell resolved with an Opts. Goes for Steam Vents, going down to 18. It's probably gonna be Iteration. Copying Lightning Axe. No. Goes for Picklock Prankster. Trying to look for spells. Goes for the Consider. Prismari Command is actually pretty good against Miguel, but looking at the board state, Craig seems to be under control in this first game so far. So yep, and he's looking to enable the second Phoenix by discarding it with Lightning Axe. So he's just gonna force the Thrill Seeker and make him lose 1, which is fine. But other than that, I think I feel like it's a waste. It was a wasted opportunity for Miguel to throw out the Thrill Seeker very early because now Craig is in the clear. Uh, he's probably gonna. Yeah, he's forced to attack though. He has no choice. Although he can stem the bleeding with Bone Crusher Giants. But looking at Craig's graveyard, if I was Miguel, I'd be mentally preparing for another Treasure Cruise play next turn. Because it's looking very full. And the fact that he has a third Picklock Prankster in his hand. So he's going to lose 4 instead. Going down to 13. See if he gets a... Yep, so it's going to deal damage to itself at the last chapter with a Crone War. But Craig also not worried. He's just taking it very slow, turn after turn, just making sure he doesn't throw too much resources by forcing out the Phoenix play. And it's looking so good for Craig right here. So he's gonna play the Bone Crusher Giants. So Ramon, welcome to the stream. The trigger for the saga happens after the draw step, which is your main phase. Your pre-combat main phase. Alright, so Miguel is thinking whether you want to play the Love Struck Beast. I think that was the draw for him. I think he's gonna slam it. So the good news though for Miguel is that Craig needs to look for another lightning axe, and hoping to use the iteration to deal with the board. Otherwise, he needs to start digging right now. Maybe another picklock prankster. I think that's the play here. Uh, Maybe hoping for a treasure cruise into lightning axe. There's a lot of ways that could happen. Yeah, I can definitely dig for it. He could also opt to just hardcast the picklock prankster and just throw a bunch of. Oof, that is a whiff. Yeah, so I think he can't get the ledger shredder because it's not a fairy. Yeah, it double checks. And unfortunately, he does not have a treasure cruise right now, so he's probably gonna be forced to play consider and just put a bunch of blockers this turn. Maybe kill a Llanowar elf with the Fury Impulse, because it's or it could cast Galvanic Iteration into Impulse, but that would be like super awkward because he'll take 2 damage from Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, looks like he forgot that Consider was a Surveil, not a Apt. So it definitely has to be in the graveyard. Alright, go. I think he's going for the third one. Third spell, Consider. He's really hoping for a Lightning Axe here. Or at least a Treasure Cruise. He's going to bin that. Gets another Consider. He's going to bring back both his Arclight Phoenix. I think he's going to be forced to go on the defense at this point. So this is what I mean by Miguel having a slight advantage, even though I would say it was a small misplay for him to commit to the Thrill Seeker early. But the fact that sometimes the Phoenix may not have the answers right away, which means these big creatures on Miguel's end is definitely going to be pushing for damage. So, oh, but hold up. Looks like Craig wants to say, I'm gonna go for the race, man. You're down to 7. I might as well kill you next turn. So if you have nothing, then I'm definitely gonna beat you. So Miguel is kind of flustered right now. There is an impulse which could save him 2 damage by killing the Bone Crusher Giants. Oh, because this is very smart for Craig as well, because he doesn't want to keep playing defensive, so he might as well attack, because that would be a sign for Miguel. Like, Craig is implying that he has a third Arclight Phoenix in his hand, which means he's gonna die next turn if he doesn't have any blockers. So he's gonna force the attack. It's gonna go for 4, 3, 5. That's 12 damage. -2. Yep. It's gonna go down equally to 7. Oh, is that a chariot? So he got a chariot from the top. Which is not bad, but still, this is basically lethal if he has Phoenix. So I think that's what Craig's game plan is right now. He's not too worried. He can even play the Picklock Pranksters for extra blocking. Oh, this is... Yep, it's a top deck chariot. because he had Bosijo in his hand na. No, he wasn't stuck on 3 mana, Carl. He had the elves, man. He could just play the. If he had the chariot anytime, he could have just played it. He was saving it. Uh, but now he felt like the pressure was on for him with 7 life total remaining. I think Craig is also kind of getting desperate at this point. Oh, never mind. He got the lightning axe, so that should take care of the. And he gets the third Phoenix. Oh yeah, that's a scoop. Craig pulls it out. I thought he was getting frisky there with the consider. I didn't see him pulling out the lightning, or rather the Arclight Phoenix, and then he got the lightning axe from the top. So that was so good. Ayan, nakuha niya yung third Phoenix. So that was well played from Craig. I think that was a very crucial misplay for Miguel to commit to the Thrill Seeker very early. He could have just slammed the what do you call this? The Gigantha, because it's an extra card, which means you're forcing your opponent to deal with it. And mana is definitely not an issue with multiple elves. I think that would be my gripe so far with how Miguel has handled himself in this matchup. But he still has another chance. This is game number 1, and we are proceeding to game number 2 with the sideboards. Also, if you've just tuned in, guys, welcome to the stream. Shoutouts to our 12 viewers all across the socials. We got on Facebook, YouTube. Also have one for Twitch as well. Welcome. This is TD Bapo. And we are here for our Pioneer League 2024 Season 2 Top 8. This is the semifinals between Miguel and Craig. Craig was very composed. It got a little bit frisky at the last few turns, but he managed to pull it off. Got the third Phoenix, and he's looking to keep his momentum in game number 2. Yo, Kevin, welcome to the stream. Go down. I'll see. It's like we'll be seeing you guys next week for the regional champs. Can't wait. My artista. So yeah, I think on Miguel's end, he really needs to be more aggressive with playing with his big creatures and just go for speed. I think that's the scary part about Gruul vehicles. Also, if you have the cards such as Chariot or the Smuggler's Copter, like you want them to be on the field as early as possible, because those are very awkward cards for Phoenix to deal with, because you have to wait for the next turn for you to like actually kill them, whereas you could opt to kill some of the big creatures early with Lightning Axe if they're played on the turn. So na mapila mo para mag-buy na slick shot. Speaking of, if you're looking to buy some singles at our website, and if you're joining our main events at the Geek Pop Gold this weekend, be sure to use our promo code slipping my tongue right there, promo code Geek10 if you're joining our Pioneer and Standard Open. Be sure to check our website and look for your Outlaw singles. Want to buy some slick shots, or maybe some Caustic Broncos. I hear the horse snake Bob is actually pretty good, and not just in Pioneer but in Modern as well. I'll have to confirm that, Doc Pao, because I think you can only use one code, and I think the membership discount has a separate code. So I'd rather you use the Geek Pop code because it has a higher discount right now. it, you could save 10% on all your orders up until this weekend. Yeah, I wonder who ordered the Broncos. I actually want a playset of them as well. I think Bronco is actually a fun card. Like, who would have thought, like, making a twisted version of Dark Confident is very fun to play with. Like, I've been watching all these streams from the content creators playing playing the mid range variant of the Bronco, and it looks to be very fun. And you're just very efficient with your mana. Horse Bob good. Yeah, it's good in standard. It's good in Pioneer. It's even good in Modern. Like, it's crazy. I have yet to see someone like break Bronco in Death Shadow. I have a feeling Death Shadow may have a comeback as well in Modern Horizons 3 because we have yet to see all the cards. So far, we've already seen a lot of stuff from the leaks, and it was somewhat disappointing from yesterday. We only saw like 5 new cards outside the leaks, and I mean it's been underwhelming, at least for me last night. Which was why I was able to sleep early. Sounds like a trap. Right, Miguel on the play. Let's get back into the game. This is game number 2. Craig is just one more game away from moving on to the grand finals, where he will be playing Starry in the semis, which then he'll take over the entire tournament if he does. Which I'm not surprised if he does. He's such a methodical player. So, all right, goes for the pathway, I believe, as the funky version. And it's a keep for him. Keep as well for Craig. All 7 cards, which is much needed as well. He has Aether Gust already in his hand. Just what you'd want to see if you're dealing against this type of deck. Sleight of Hand is the first spell for this game. Although, if Miguel has Smuggler's Copter, this should be a pretty good turn for him. If Craig versus Craig, will there be a stream? That would definitely be not possible. It's it's just not possible. Unless you want to see Craig playing himself, he'd look like an idiot. Just playing 2 decks. Dapat na Oh, looks like a land drop into nothing. This is a weird turn of events for Miguel. Not sure about this. Very slow turn. As the Ledger Shredder is already on the field. Well, that doesn't make sense, Anton, because Craig did all the effort just for him to fight another person that's not in the tournament. yeah. That's what I was worried about, Doc Pao. Like, the Shredder, if he sticks, this is gonna be a lot of problem for Miguel. Because that Shredder is gonna give a ton of value for. Oh, so that's why. So that's why he kept this. So, Clothes is already on field, which is also good. It's a good way to deal with the Phoenix deck. It's a slow way to deal with the deck, though. So, I don't think Craig is too worried. He also has Aether Gust to deal with it. So, he could play Aether Gust and probably Opts just to trigger the Ledger Shredder. I think that's the game plan. So looks like it's gonna pass the turn. And Clothis is looking to trigger. And that should drain him for 2. He's letting it slide. Which means Craig is definitely not worried about the card right now. So for those who are not aware, all right, let's see what he's playing. Is that a Stormseeker? Okay, that's a good card. It's still not gonna make Clothis online though. He needs, I believe, 7 devotion, and so far it's at 3. So Stormseeker resolves, and it's definitely gonna go to combats. Yan na ba nang hindi for Spell Pierce? Well, for the viewers, there is no sign of Spell Pierce just yet. Alright, we got a Impulse, another Shredder. But because the Sleight of Hand is exiled, the Spell Mastery is not online for Craig, so he's not gonna be able to kill the Stormseeker now. Maybe just the Lightning Axe. Hello, Raja. Welcome to the stream. You just missed Miguel punting game number 1. Yeah, there's Axe. It's gonna deal with the Stormseeker. Craig is just trying to be very careful with how he's gonna sequence these spells. There you go. Trigger for the Connive. So I could opt to make it bigger or just bin the 3rd or like the 4th land. Because all you need is 3 lands, to be quite honest. Alright, throws out the Fairy Impulse. That's going to grow the Ledger Shredder. Oh, and it's going to trigger again because Llanowar Elves. Oh my god. Yeah. Yikes. For Miguel right here. Just enabling the Shredder. And I don't know if he's going to make it to his removal. I think a Clone War is like the only... not even a clean answer, but just to buy him time to deal with the Shredder. So Shredder is now a 3/5. That's actually scary. It's exiled because of Clothis. And he still has 2 cantrips and Aether Gust in his hand, so he could opt to delay Miguel as well. And at the same time, bring back the Phoenix as early as now. Alright, down to 14. Looks to be very aggressive with the turn, hopefully. Or I could just play Picklock Prankster. I think that's and hold up Aether Gust. Maybe he's worried about another Stormseeker or an Esika's Chariot. Chariot could actually be bonkers if it gets resolved. Yeah, I think that's probably what Krieg is about to go through. Maybe chaining a bunch of cantrips. Now goes for Picklock into Aether Gust. Yep, that's the other play. That's what I was talking about earlier. So Shredder triggers with the Connive. See if we can get a Phoenix. Nope, just gets a land. So it looks like he's gonna bin the other one. So now, I just think he needs to put it in the bottom. Like it's just too slow. It's not gonna do it. Like you're gonna pay 3 mana to do nothing, and you have Huntsman's Redemption in your hand. You can just get Clothis back if you want, but at this point he's just too slow. I think the better card would have been Scavenging Ooze, which I think it's in his hand, because now he's tapped out. Yes, yes, yes. Wise choice, my friend. Put it in the bottom. It's not going to do anything good for you. Goes down to 18. That's for the turn. He has Ooze, but the problem is the Ooze might die. Which I believe is a possibility. He definitely has to play it though. And just take care of the Phoenix. Yep. And just let it grow. I think he could just try to make the Ooze grow really big. So he's now gonna shock in for 2. And then, oh no. Is he gonna cast another spell? Not yet. You gotta deal with the Phoenix, my man. And make sure the impulse is out of range. That's the very important part. Yeah, at this point he needs to look for an Acrone War, just to deal with the. Oh, puts Giganta into his hand. Okay, like doesn't even go for the Phoenix play. Oh, there's an Anger of the Gods, which actually is good. You can just attack, play Anger. So many good options for Krieg. I'm not too sure if I wanted to get that Gigantha into the hand as early as now. I think the Ooze getting to survive this turn was the very important part. Because now Craig can definitely offer. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. The Treasure Cruise. He could have gotten like 3 cards, and that would have kind of slowed down Craig's game plan of playing Cruise this turn. So it's just so much options. And he gets to connive again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even gets the Shredder, which then he doesn't have any he doesn't have any window to activate the Ooze as well. He's gonna exile it, gain 1 life. There it is. And the connive trigger then resolves. Right, no sign of Phoenix, which is good. But Otawara is actually also a good card. Let's see if he wants to bin it though. Okay. Gets to keep it. One, two, three, and another Phoenix in his hand. Oh, golly. Well, it did made things a little bit awkward for Craig because now he can play Impulse, just deal with the Scavenging Ooze, but doesn't have anything to bring back. But he is sitting healthily at 14, so looks like he's not worried about it. Yep, definitely has no choice. Ooh, goes for the Anger of the Gods. Which is good because it also deals with the Llanowar Elves. And he's still putting pressure with the Ledger Shredder. This Ledger Shredder is doing God's work for Craig at this point. Yeah, that's what I wanted to. Oh, okay, goes for a top deck, a Crone War. That's not bad, considering he's in a very awkward position right now. If he has a Llanowar Elves, nope, he doesn't. Too early, yeah. That could be a possibility as well. But just I think Craig is trying to read Miguel's hand right now, just by the fact that Anger is looking awkward at this point because Miguel is not flooding the board with chariots and whatnot, or like a Huntsman Redemption. So I think he was satisfied with playing that Anger last turn. All right, so now Craig has another problem, which is the Shredder is at his opponent's hand or field rather, and Craig looks unfazed with just playing Arclight Phoenix. So second saga chapter for a Crone War says that each creature has to attack, or each creature his opponent controls needs to attack. So I don't think that's how it works, Carl. Because when the third saga triggers for a Crone War, it's already sacrificed, so it's got to go back to uh, his field. Yeah, they go on the stack, but I believe the saga is sacrificed immediately on the third chapter. If that's the case, then he could probably go for that play. Oh, Thrill Seeker. Okay, that's another way to deal with the the Ledger Shredder. Oh, all right. So it looks like Miguel is back on the fray. He could definitely put it on the Shredder, the Thrill Seeker. This is another way of just making sure he gets to take care of the Shredder. So he puts a counter and he gets the ability of the backup, which is same with Thrill Seeker, which he gets to activate it and sacrifice the Shredder. It gets sacrificed and deals damage equal to its power. So very nice top deck there for Miguel. Oh, it's backup too. I don't know why he only added. Okay, so he did add two. All right, so this is looking good for Miguel because he's gonna deal a ton of damage as the Shredder is gonna attack for 5 and then sacrifice it to deal 5 again. So that's gonna put him down to 4. Yep, and he's just gonna activate it. Bye bye, Shredder. That's the way to go, baby. Woo! And it's just gonna consider it can even put him down to 3 if he wants, with the Thrill Seeker. So now Craig is on the run again for trying to get lethal at least in the next turn. Otherwise, it's looking very scary for him at this point. All right, Lightning Axe is not going to do anything this turn, so bins it. There's a Shredder. If Miguel gets another Thrill Seeker, I think that should be game 3. Alright, so he's going to play the Shredder just to keep his tracks. He could put him down to 7, but the Phoenix is definitely going to die next turn with the Acron War. So Treasure Cruise, still pretty good. And the Shredder is definitely going to help dig for more answers as the Connive Trigger. Yep, it's going to resolve, gets another Shredder. It's not going to do anything. He needs more spells. He needs an Aether Gust. Or probably Phoenixes. Alright, draw 3 cards. Delicioso. Oh, and he gets the Phoenix as well. Oh lord. This deck is just crazy, my man. It's so crazy. So, but that was his first spell, so he needs to play 2 more spells. I think he needs to play Consider first, if he has one. Yep, I think he needs to play that. And look for another Phoenix. No sign of that just yet. Another Treasure Cruise on his hand, though. Yep, so he's going to shoot with the Lightning Axe. That should bring back the second Phoenix. Put him down to 4 as well. Damn, this game is going to be very exciting. And we are getting close. So he should force the Thrill Seeker, put him down to 3, and then attack for 6 damage. And I feel like the out here for Miguel is another Thrill Seeker. I think that's his best shot at this point. Oh, he's thinking of not throwing it. Because he might... I think he's thinking that would be the out as well for Miguel. If he gets a Thrill Seeker, then he'll definitely lose. So he's thinking if he wants to hold up the... Yeah, he's definitely holding up. He doesn't want to die randomly to another Thrill Seeker, which I think it is out. Very smart there for Craig. Let's see what he drew here for the turn. Is it the Thrill Seeker, though? Right. Acron War resolves. Take care of the Phoenix. Oh, it's not. It definitely wasn't. It's a lair. Lair of the Hydra. Yes, that's exactly why he did not go for the lightning axe, because he could just shoot the thrill seeker on the stack. What's the play here? He has Bone Crusher. Oh my God! If he no, don't play it yet. He has to. I don't know. This is getting very exciting. I don't know what to say. He has Bone Crusher Giant, which means that's an extra 2 damage. He can shoot the Thrill Seeker. He could even play the Bone Crusher. But maybe not just yet. Almost slipped there. I think he's opting to play the Huntsman's Redemption. And then just hold up Thrill Seeker, I think. Yeah, I am getting excited because Miguel is getting really close to taking out Craig in game number 2. Because I'm really hoping for a game number 3. All of these games have been quite close. Alright, gets a 3/3 beast. And next turn he can sacrifice the beast to search for a creature. He can get another Bone Crusher Giant and then just finish him up there. So he's definitely gonna force it out though. Nope, just goes for consider. He's looking to finish lethal, maybe. Oh, there's so many things that could happen in the next few turns because Craig could definitely be overzealous and just go for the Phoenix play, bring back 2 Phoenixes at least, and then try to swing for lethal with the Shredder, which Miguel can then respond to playing Stomp. And then next turn he can sacrifice the one of his creatures to search for another Thrill Seeker and then just end the game. The question is, can he have lethal this turn? Not sure about that, Doc, because Miguel is definitely sniping on the Phoenix right there. If all he has to do is just not activate the Thrill Seeker. Like, there's no point. All right, Treasure Cruise. So I think Craig is just looking for like a backup answer for chaining his spells, bringing it back to Phoenix. Maybe an Aether Gust or Negate. Nothing. 2 lands. Consider. It's not the best draw. Negate would be so good though. Is that a pink lock? Yep, goes for Free to Fey. Triggers the Connive. Let's see if we can get the Phoenix. Nope, Sleight of Hand. Definitely gonna go for bidding the Phoenix. So I can still hold up a removal for the Thrill Seeker. Oh no, you didn't bin the... Interesting. I was hoping for another Phoenix. Oh, he gets it! He even gets a Torch to Tower. Oh, he doesn't even get a spell. I think he's very excited just at this point. Oh my god. I think this is lethal though. Yeah, this is pretty much lethal. I think there's not much Miguel can do at this point because that's 3 Phoenixes. So he can't kill the Shredder, and that's already like 3 damage. He can kill 1, but yeah, I forgot to get the spell, which I believe doesn't matter because Craig definitely has the lethal. Man, he got there. That's one way of finishing the game. Yeah. The birds are flying. And this is the prowess of the deck. Just goes to show that you just have a lot of options, and Miguel is just probably kicking himself in the butt right now. Yep, and there it is. GG. That's the tap out. Bone Crusher Giant wasn't going to be enough. It could have been if he didn't find the 3rd Phoenix, but Craig just got there with the Frida Faye. Such a powerful card. So congratulations to Craig making it to the grand finals. He definitely has one more game though, which is another semifinals with Starry. But nonetheless, congrats as well to Miguel for making it to the top 4 at our Pioneer League this season. So he's made a lot of improvements over the past few months. I think I'm very excited to see him again in the next one. So let's hope for the best. And they're just and this is what I love about the game in Magic the Gathering. See, after the game, the boys are, grinding it down, explaining how the game went. Craig is super helpful with all these kids, these newcomers, trying to explain what went wrong, what he could have done better, and just try to improve as a player in this game. So just to make this game more fun for everyone. So, all right. But that is it for today's stream. Oh, I don't know why my face is lagging. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, leave a share as well if you guys enjoyed our stream and our contents. And if you haven't registered for our Geek Pop Gold this weekend, we have the Pioneer and Standard Open. We got some side events for Modern, Dual Commander, as well as and multiplayer Commander and Pauper as well. Be sure to register at our website, topdeckph.com. Check out for info about our main events. So, nabitin si Sir Ramon. Kaya sasali ka na ngayon sa Friday kasi may last chance qualifier pa tayo, Sir Ramon. So, I'll see you there. Thank you guys so much. Anyways, this is TD Bapo. I'm signing out. I'll see you in the next one. We'll have our semifinals probably tomorrow or later. Peace out.